And we're in.
Hello, one and all, and thank you for joining us here at Northeastern University Esports, proudly presented to you by Xfinity and Army ROTC. My name is Carter, or Hedwig, and I am happily joined by Nico, or nprosk, to watch another exciting game of Valorant. For those of you who are joining us from Rocket League, welcome. For those of you who are just joining us here for Valorant, also welcome to you. Nico, how are you feeling today?
I'm good. How are you, Carter?
I'm doing well as well. Excited to see what kind of games we get as we're currently starting on Haven. Pretty old map, pretty standard.
Yeah. Uh,
We
coming off of a Rocket League win, so we got kind of momentum rolling on our sides.
definitely, and let's hope our Valorant team can keep that going. I'm pretty sure they can. Let's see. On both sides, we are currently seeing pretty standard comps from both sides, I say. I mean, Valorant's, from my understanding at least, somewhat of a solved meta in high level. I mean, you sometimes see picks, especially now that Chamber got heavily
Select
nerfed.
your
Chamber's
agent.
kind of, they had to redefine the meta, but after that, uh, the duelist kind of is just whichever duelist you most prefer, and then the rest, you see Omen a lot here. Omen can do really well with smoking off those high grounds, allowing your team entry or getting a lot of good information, especially on like a third point, because this is one of the few maps with a third point. So getting that TP to that third point, seeing where they are, stuff like that. Are seeing a Reyna from UMass. Did have an interesting pick in my opinion. Don't see Reyna too often. She's a little bit of a greedier champion. I mean, she definitely has a lot of self-sustain, but her utility for the team is a bit less than some other duelists. I mean, she doesn't have smokes like Sky. She doesn't have booster packs like Raze. Doesn't have a ton of movement abilities and things like that. So it'll be interesting. Maybe they're just trying to hope to hard carry with it. We're seeing Darm set up on C side. Pretty standard. I mean, currently no one on B site, but they'll probably just hope to rotate off of A if they push B, or have Darm's bots tell them. I mean, that's the beauty of Killjoy. You can watch pretty much two sites at once with her utility.
Yeah, so they got the KJ towards kind of C, B side.
Scanning ahead.
Gonna get a push down short on A. Cheeseburger is watching it, luckily, and they picked the right site to stack 3 on. As UMass will just choose to rotate out. They don't want to fight into the Sky, the Omen, and the Jet. Or not the Omen.
They realize that there's a lot of people there.
But definitely. Now they're pushing down C long. Omen actually blinded himself a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Turn it down.
They know that they're there. The Killjoy turret spotted them out. They're smoked out, and they're rotating just back. They're kind of using a lot of their time to try and set up positioning, not getting any point presence, as now they're rotating all the way back to A.
And it seems like Wemlem and Cheeseburger know what's going on. They pinged over. Now they got the Sova rotating through spawn.
They have a nice little crossfire here, so even though the Reyna actually peeks the corner but doesn't see him.
So they got 3 for 2 there.
1 for Wemlab. They will get plant down, and it's 2 for 2.
Spike planted.
Utility-wise, this is probably now in favor of UMass, although they are a little smoked off. Darm doesn't have access to any of the utility, although his bot will be coming up now.
Turn out.
Both of them are deciding to hold this short angle.
Last
Flash
player
like it
standing.
misses.
One enemy
Gets a
remaining.
headshot. Looking for the last one. He's low. Goes for the burst shots. He can't hit him. One shot on the Raze. Can't hit it.
Hey! And a very nice double to finish out the round with Darm.
my work.
Looking a little bit risky there, but you know, they did the smart thing. They held A site. They realized that they were probably going to rotate back. They got that crossfire, managed to pick up 3. A little bit risky. I'm not sure. Was it Tempest that got caught out when Dharma and Wamlab, I believe, were rotating? Or no,
it was the
Wamlab that
Sova.
got caught out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Wait, no.
Delicious.
Yeah, delicious.
Sorry, haven't casted
Right here.
our varsity
Right
team,
here.
so we're still getting used to some of the players. That being said, though, pretty clean round from Northeastern. I mean, definitely a little closer, but they were in control for most of it.
And
forced a lot of utilities.
Yeah, and they kind of knew, like,
Placing swarm grenade.
it seemed like they had a read on what UMass was doing that entire round. Like they called the rotate, they called the A push, then they called the rotate to C, then they called the go back to A. So it seemed like they had a pretty good read on what UMass was doing there.
And now that it's not pistol round, you're seeing UMass do kind of a bit more of a split push. They're pushing through garage, but instead of all like 5 stacking in one alley, because it's pistols, you're not expecting someone to just burst you down instantly with a Spectre or something.
Swarm grenade
Now
out.
they need to be a bit more conservative, a bit more spread out so that they can get those angles, get those crossfires. Darm is holding pretty strong in garage here though. Got smoked out, but doesn't look like they're really going to be taking advantage of that all that much.
Yeah, they're just kind of waiting for Northeastern to be impatient and push something, it seems like. Now they're kind of going towards B.
They're going towards B mid. The Omen is still lurking far side C. Bit of an interesting spot. Probably hoping that either Delicious or
Revealing area.
Tempest will rotate out towards him and he can catch him out. But currently doesn't look like they're doing that.
30
It's
seconds
kind
left.
of meaning that this Omen is having no impact on the board. I mean, he's putting down a ton of smoke pressure, but smoke pressure does not
Going
equal
through
gun
garage
pressure.
now.
Garage,
Striker gets one, two.
catches two.
3!
remaining.
Oh my gosh, Darm.
Flawless.
And they all go down in a matter of about
They should stop
4
playing
seconds.
And that's definitely what you want to see on
Okay,
a second
Sky,
round
get us
there.
to a
You
good
have the
position
guns,
and I'll
you
lock
have
it down.
you have the abilities that they're not going to have, and not losing anyone means that you don't have to worry about buying. You're going to have a full buy for this next round no matter what, even if you lose. And yes, the enemies are going to have full guns, but I mean, if you win this round, you're in a pretty good spot.
Out.
Yeah, and yeah, like you said, just playing patient, knowing that you have the advantage, and they were waiting. They were
I'll
waiting
get
for
the
someone to
placing
mess
swarm
up from
grenade.
Northeastern, but
Placing
no one
swarm grenade.
got antsy. No one pushed something that they shouldn't have.
Placing
They
sentry.
were able to
that
get
kinda
a clean round.
And the problem is, UMass just kind of ran out of time. Oh, but the cheeseburger just falls instantly.
Hawk out.
Looks like they're going to be pushing through
Blinded.
a short again? No, they're backing up back to main. They take out Cheeseburger, though, which is a lot of pressure on the side of Northeastern. Cheeseburger has kind of been an all-star for a roster, especially
Yeah.
this semester. Losing him early doesn't feel great, but they're pushing through mid again. Not sure that's the smartest move against a Killjoy who you know is probably going to be set up in this garage. They do the smart thing and smoke out Killjoy. Darm has to back up, gives up garage control. Although now they're rotating us. If you look
Ooh,
on the
A is
minimap,
so
Spike's
free.
rotating to, yeah, Spike's rotating to A, and I mean Wham Lab will be rotating, but the problem is I don't think Wham Lab. Well, Wham Lab might be able to 1v5, but not if he gets crossing.
Yeah, they're executing now, and they smoked out
30 seconds
Heaven, so
left.
there's literally no presence for Northeastern here.
Wham Lab's just trying to fire, but
Spike
isn't able to
planted.
even dink anyone as the entire team is full. And now with a 45 on a retake, this is definitely not where you want to be if you're Northeastern.
Double kill, instant
lateral.
off guard, and there was another one.
Yeah, if I was Wham Lab, I'd probably just try and sit here. Well, I was about to say sit and try and live up there, but probably not the easiest thing to do, especially against that Reyna. And
Gonna take one step
seeing why they
past
chose
this
to go
place.
Reyna, very strong kill power on their side. I mean, if you can get the kills on Reyna, you're kind of unstoppable. The
Yeah.
self-healing, the invisibility, the blind, it combines to make you very deadly if you have the mechanics.
Exactly, yeah. And it seems like they're trusting Alpha Cloud to have those mechs.
I mean, definitely. On both teams, you see Darm has 5 kills. I
Yeah.
mean,
Turret out.
we were talking about it before the match. Darm and Cheeseburger are both absolutely nutty at this game. I mean, Darm was a Chamber main. Chamber got nerfed into the ground a little bit, so has been learning a lot of Sentinels, and I mean, even still, is doing very good at the game. Seeing them slow push into this A short again, is a little confined, especially against the Sky. Guy's just gonna try and
Scout
dog.
destroyed.
Does get caught, but I mean, that gives you intel that they're still
Careful.
down there. At least one person is.
Got the operator up in Heaven.
Cheeseburger as the
massive.
operator. One person is
Swarm
still
grenade out.
lurking that A short while the rest of them peek. I mean, they're probably just
Placing
trying to do
swarm
the same
grenade.
thing that they were doing before with the Omen of hoping to catch someone out on rotation. We thought it didn't work with the Omen. Maybe it'll work with the Raze, although... Oh, never mind. It looks like they're rotating back into sight.
Interesting.
I guess I guess their play was just to hold that angle there so no one could push behind them and then rotate back. Play, they do manage to...
Big execute.
Wham Lab
seconds
kind of
left.
just gets
Yeah,
decimated.
there's literally nothing
Blind-
you can do there.
Blinded, raise mind twice. Like, what do you expect to happen there?
Spike
This is the
planted.
op shot. Guy lower teleports out. Oh, what a shot!
Oh, what a flick!
Holy crap!
That's gonna even almost immediately, and now they're pushing back into sight. It looks like they're a little group. UMass is a little bit grouped up here. Reyna's gonna hold. That's terrifying,
Nice shot
obviously.
there. Whoa.
Player standing.
Oh. And Reyna's just kind of able to clean it up, especially with that ult. She shoots so fast, and if you're trying to 1v1 her, it's almost impossible. She
Yeah.
gets one kill, she just fades, she full heals, and then she's back and you don't know where
Yeah.
she is.
That Reyna ult, some to deal with, especially when you're trying to retake in a situation like that. UMass kind of grouped up, like, without sightlines, but they had the Reyna ult to push them back in, and they kind of just won the duels at the end of the day.
Yeah, unfortunately, they did end up winning their trades. 2 people peaked short, and they only got 1 trade for it. That's kind of not what you want to see, as Cheeseburger will be going, I'm guessing, for just a very quick... Oh, he wants the knives, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gets the knives. Reyna with the flash. It's one.
We'll get 1, so it's even right now. Although even for Northeastern in a save round is probably better than even for UMass. Not in terms of gameplay, but more in terms of gold or money.
Yeah, for sure. You always want to. You always get, if you get kind of a trade on eco rounds like this, it's always good for you.
You definitely want to. They're hard pushing onto C, and unfortunately it was only Darm
Spike
there.
planted.
Darm's good.
Got your
Not
trail.
hard to 4v1, especially with just the Sheriff. They're gonna get the Killjoy ult down. That's gonna try and pretty much force them all off site unless they want to die. Which
Get
they're gonna
one.
be pushing down long.
Cheeseburger gets one with the knives, and now it's a 4v2. Over, tries to get the kill.
Oh,
Misses all the knives. Now they're on site.
Cheeseburger goes down.
One enemy
Huge.
remaining.
Crazy back and one person on
Nice.
point. And a very nice cleanup from Darm with the Sheriff. Just showing off some Sheriff skills.
Thrifty.
And that is a very good eco round for Northeastern. I mean, only 2 players dead on their side for both point and these guns. That's going to put... can you flash up the scoreboard so we can see?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely going to put UMass in a bit of a tough spot. I mean...
They do have enough to, for the most part,
Placing
buy,
alarm
but they seem to be in kind of...
They probably will... The 2 with 7,000 will probably
Placing
full buy, and then the rest...
Yeah.
we'll see. It looks like they're actually choosing to all full buy, just trading off money.
Right.
Bit of a risky play.
Yeah, it could be
Uh,
disastrous for them if they don't win this round, or at least get kind of most of them killed.
I mean, Claw has kind of been their carry we've been seeing, just in the couple rounds we've had, so they will at least have enough money to buy. As for the rest of the team, though, I mean, it'll force them into save round for at least a round, probably.
Oh, shoot. They just get B for free here, pretty much.
That being said, Darm catches one out from the back, and that's definitely not what you want, especially the Omen. That's pretty much all of your smoke pressure gone.
Spike
They make it
planted.
a lot easier for Northeastern to retake the site.
Seek them out.
Out coming in, it's going to give them pretty much all info on all positions.
And now they
Does
play
manage
execute
to
from
get-
both sides.
Blocking sight.
Gregori's blinded. Now with 3v3, and that's not what you would expect. We're gonna have the 2v3. They do have sight control. The problem
Last
is
player
the
standing.
angle on this bomb is just not in favor of them.
Fire in the hole.
Uh-oh. Raise
They
ult.
raise ult just to secure it. I mean, I'm not
enemy
sure that was
remaining.
entirely
Oh!
necessary.
Does not get them
Unfortunately,
defused, though.
Tempest is not going to be able to get the defuse on there. I guess the raise ult was necessary to force Tempest off the bomb. But,
I don't know. It seemed like they have 2 people there. They could just spray it. I mean, Tempest doesn't have time to fake it there. So, like, Yeah, I think that was a
Who knows
wasted
what was
ult.
going through? Who knows what was going through their mind there? That being said, I mean that risky buy does end up working out. Yes, they all die, but they secure a point, and I think they should have enough for another buy,
Alarm
or at
bot
least
out.
close to a buy.
Semi. Yeah.
Yeah,
Still doesn't look great for them if they lose though.
Sentry.
definitely. I mean, if they lose, it looks worse because
Yeah.
now they don't get the loss bonus anymore.
Yeah.
That being said, on
Placing
Northeastern
swarm
side, it's
grenade.
about the same, honestly. Northeastern will get that save, or the loss money. That being said,
Judge.
Cheeseburger is going for the judge.
Yes, one with the
One
judge.
are
Doesn't
blinded.
dash out.
Actually misses the dash, tries to get out and hits a wall.
Scout destroyed.
Doesn't need it. We trusted Cheeseburger's judge skills.
Heal up, squad.
And there's the power of that Sky just healing all the way back up. I mean, yeah, there's no armor, but when you're against a judge, one shot to the body and you might just be dead.
Jay goes out. Gets the info. Ooh. Gets the gun now. Just
He's like,
one.
thanks, Wham Lab.
Thanks for the
Wham
gun,
Lab. I'll
Wham
take
Lab.
that gun. We take those traits. Your life, my gun. You know, it's fair. Like I said, they're still pushing
Classic
in
rank
A.
trades for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Still pushing in A. A little bit of an interesting choice. I would have thought they would have tried to rotate out, but who knows? Maybe they think we've put so much pressure on this side already. We took down Wham Lab. Maybe we can still get it. Like you said, Cheeseburger up top. If they don't expect this, this could be
30
disastrous.
seconds left.
They don't actually see that
Spike
Cheeseburger's
planted.
up top.
They do have Elman looking, gets the smoke. Cheeseburger could go crazy here.
Also could drop into the crossfire of three
Yeah.
of them.
But it seems like they were
said-
playing passive.
None of them are below.
Darm looking for the push here.
Oh, that's a little aggressive.
One enemy remaining.
They get the guy
It's
short
just
though.
one on long. The problem is Cheeseburger. Oh, okay. I was going to say the problem is Sova is very low. That being said, doesn't matter if Cheeseburger just hits the head.
Just click heads and win the game for sure.
I mean, it is Valorant. If you hit all of their heads, you just win. And
Here.
as we were talking about, now UMass is going to have to be on a save round. Well, they should be on a save round. Looks like they're going to be opting instead to buy some guns. Or at least two of them will.
Yeah, no. Oh, and now they. Nope.
They're just kind of cycling around. They're figuring out what they want to do. Respectable. All right, looks like at least one of them has a Vandal. You know,
They give Offaclaw the Vandal.
you trust in ability. Does Offclaw have ult? I wasn't able to see. Two
No.
off, so one orb and a kill will give Offclaw the ult. Definitely could make a difference. I mean,
Right here.
Reyna will kind of just throw bullets and
Take flight.
pushing through the garage here. They kind of took a ton of poke there from I believe it was a Tempest.
Uh-oh. This could be massive. Gets one.
Oh, Gems gets caught out there. Pushes in without any of the rest of their team and just gets blinded and dies. Now we're seeing the rest of their team is very low and kind of just set up for a
Spike
crossfire
down
from
mid.
every angle. It's a shooting gallery today.
One enemy remaining.
Well, they are able to take two down with the frenzy kill on Darm. Probably not expecting that, but overall,
Stay
definitely not a
close
bad
as
round for
opposed to
Northeastern.
the fight demands it.
And
Not a bad round for Offclaw or UMass either, though.
Yeah, they do get the pretty much the full buy here,
Right here.
but and they have 4 ults, which means they have a very good chance at winning this round.
Right here.
They play it
Utility,
right.
I mean, Cheeseburger probably is not going to drop the knives here. Usually use knives, obviously, as a save round.
Yep.
I mean, I've seen it get used before just to try and ego, but in general, you prefer the Vandal, and then Delicious just pops it right off the bat. Not entirely sure why.
The hunt begins.
Doesn't, I guess, Delicious hits Reyna, I'm pretty sure. But other than that, it does actually zone them off A, so it allows Cheeseburger and Wham Lab to kind of take the super aggressive angle here. Which, so far, is working. I mean, they're holding it. They haven't gotten any kills, but forcing them off A side is definitely good util. So is this going to do a little droning?
Ooh.
Ooh, trying to spray through the wall. does actually hit a little bit, and Whamlap gets the crossfire.
Nice.
One
Huge
enemy
crossfire.
remaining.
Very nice crossfire set up by Cheeseburger and Whamlap. They definitely were not expecting that. I mean, why would you, to be fair? You're just sitting there not expecting two people to be holding the same angle when you haven't made any noise. Although, they're very good at this game. We're not as good at this game.
Yeah.
They probably know something we don't.
Yeah, maybe. And you know if you just look at what UMass has been doing this game, you can kind of take a guess that they're probably gonna go A.
Recalling my bot.
They've been going A a lot. I mean, I think they pushed B once and won C once?
They pushed C once and Northeastern got the defuse. I remember
Yeah.
that at least. But for the most part, it's been all A. And they
Yeah.
seem to be following the same pattern again.
I mean, A is probably the preferred site on this map, if I remember correctly, just because these bombers obviously have the long. Ooh, Cheeseburger did not mean to fall there, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. Kind of screws up the kill on the arrays, and Killjoy, once he can get the ult up, that's just kind of going to force them pretty much all off point. Cheeseburger's deciding. Ooh, Whamlap going on the flank. Doesn't care about the KJ ult. Listen,
Wants to.
the 2K into the KJ ult, I think Whamlap will take that, and Delicious follows it up with 2. This is probably just a round. Cloth does manage to pick up one. Little surprised, even choosing to peek. Yeah, I mean, if I was in Cloud's position, I probably would have just tried to save, although there was a ton of time left. They probably would have found him.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, I'll take the 2 kills there, even though it seemed like it was hopeless. Like, you're probably gonna get pushed anyway from both sides. You might as well try to hold one side at least for a little bit, and does get the 2 headshots. So,
I mean, hey, the 2 headshots definitely were good, and just maybe a little bit better placement of the crosshair, and could have been 3 or even 4. We've seen it before here. I think it was NYU against NYU Violet where
Yeah.
Cheeseburger pulled off a 4K. A 1v4 even. So Cheeseburger gonna get very aggressive here. I mean, not shocked.
very aggressive.
That
It's
oh,
2.
and get a catch both of them in surprise. I do not think they were expecting Cheeseburger to be that aggressive. Almost gonna blind here.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Firing squad. Gets the
I mean-
second.
Cheeseburger does get taken down, but overall, definitely not a bad
Last
trade
round
there.
before the switch.
And that's going to be the final round. How much money does UMass have? They're not going to have enough to full buy, actually. I mean, some of them will, but that's probably not the best round you wanted. Cheeseburger still has these knives. Hasn't needed to use them. I mean,
If I have a
been finding
Vandal,
a Vandal every...
and I'm buying it, and I'm clicking heads, why would I want some knives?
I mean, it's last round. Probably will pop the knives just to have them. I mean, who knows? Maybe you cross map, shoot someone with a knife in the head, and all of a sudden they're dead. Looks like they're finally going to be choosing not to go A. They're choosing to go B. Well, they chose to go B last time. Unfortunately, Cheeseburger and Whamlap said no. And Delicious, sorry. There's these knives coming out. Delicious does not care at all about those blinds. Just going to spray and pray and take down Alpha Claw. Walked right into that, those shots. I feel like that was a little bit of a misplay on Tempest's part. He
Yeah.
heard the shots go off and then just chose to still walk into them. Zenny might be caught out here. I mean,
Enemy
Yeah,
remaining.
terrible
Yeah.
spot to be in there.
The Soba darts definitely don't make it any easier. And, ooh, Cloud, you're about to
Bye-bye.
get delicious.
What a
And
half.
very clean 9-3. I mean, Valorant
Switching
is definitely a
sides.
defender-favored game, so not surprised to see the defenders go up here, but 9-3 is quite a commanding lead.
I think honestly it's just coming down to Northeastern winning the trades. UMass has had some moments, especially like Alpha Claw and all that.
Wow,
But
both of them have definitely been doing good.
I mean, just like the firing squad in a mid window, that was fun to watch.
I think it kind of comes down to, yes, Northeastern is winning their trades, but they're also just being very aggressive. They're taking these aggressive angles, and I'm not sure UMass is ready for them to... Like, UMass was not expecting both Tempest and Delicious to just be straight up in their face in the window, and that's how they won that trade. They're not expecting this kind of level of aggression against them, and it's working well. That being said, UMass is going to be applying the same aggression as you see the Reyna just sitting behind the box. If they get spotted out, could be disastrous. If they don't, could be very worthwhile. Ooh, well, the dog will probably spot him out. I believe it does, yeah.
Alpha Clock gets stuck. Does get tagged down by that shock dart.
Ooh,
Goes
that's
for
gonna
another one.
hurt. Oh, nice shot by Delicious.
Oh,
One more.
gets popped.
The problem is, obviously, that does
enemy
kill
remaining.
Reyna, as Darm does a little pistoling, and it's just going to be Alpha Claw. Maybe if Alpha Claw had a Vandal, this would be possible, but with pistols, well, anything's possible, I suppose. That being said, my best guess, Alpha Claw's going to look for 1, 2 kills. This might be, well, that's an opportunity for 1. Interesting that they take the heal. I don't think Alpha Claw actually got hit there. Little surprised they opted to heal, as now they can't heal or dismiss.
Uh-oh.
That's 1.
Oh,
Oh, Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger missing a few shots there.
Listen, it's okay, Cheeseburger. You've been doing really well. We'll excuse that one. Just don't make it 2. But, Delicious is there to cover. Another pretty solid round from Northeastern. I mean, they took C very aggressively and very fast. Unlike UMass, who has been almost entirely on A site.
Yeah, and
now they're going to get this bye round, and it's 10-3, ends at 13. UMass has definitely got to... They're probably going to lose this round just by the fact that Northeastern has buys. They technically should win next round, because they should have full buys and Northeastern won't. But they're still so many rounds down, and they can't let Northeastern win essentially 2, not counting this round.
yeah, pretty much.
The
And-
shorty in the shorty there might hurt.
Might hurt, but I don't know if it's gonna get it a kill here.
Arm's looking like he wants it. Well, Cheeseburger just takes off the head of Cloud.
Oh, gets one.
Cheeseburger was definitely not expecting that.
Oh wow.
Or not Cheeseburger, sorry, Darm. Is a 3v2. Whoa, Tempest is on the
One enemy
play.
remaining.
I don't think they're expecting it.
They don't know. They
Will
don't know.
it matter? You know, it does matter. They did, in fact, not know. And once again, I mean, not as decisive as some of the rounds we've seen, but still a very strong round, although UMass, of course, now does get their full buy. We presume that they should win this round. I mean, they also have Reyna ult, and Northeastern has no ults. And Reyna ult, when you have a Phantom and the enemy doesn't have as many good guns, is pretty devastating.
I just like how aggressive is Northeastern's being on attack compared to how UMass was playing. They just seemed like they wanted to go somewhere. They would see one person and they'd try to rotate off to catch him out, and it just wasn't working for them.
I mean, UMass, they would not get plant down usually up until maybe
Gets the
the
Reyna on ult.
the ulting Reyna thing as well. But yeah, UMass would maybe take site with 45-30 seconds left. And the issue with that is that doesn't leave you a whole lot of time to take site lines, and get the
Last
plant
player
without
standing.
getting traded out. That being said,
Spike down.
as we expected, ooh,
One
Darm
enemy
falling
remaining.
there, though.
Oh!
Oh, that was almost a nutty 180. Still, nicely played from Darm. Gets 4 on the save, on the, I think a lot of people call it the bonus round or something.
Yeah, something like that.
But will force UMass to probably pretty much all full buy again. Although Northeastern obviously can't buy. They full bought last round.
They do not have money. But they
It's a little-
they get Darm a gun. I mean, oh, drops it?
Darm decided doesn't need a gun. Going for the Sheriff. And you know what? I respect that. They will give Delicious the gun though.
See what Darm's got on the Sheriff here. Jet popped
Cheeseburger
ult.
will go for the knife. Not shocking, it's a save round. And I mean, we've seen Cheeseburger get, what was it, 2 kills with these knives
Deploying
before,
drone.
so obviously very good with them.
Ooh, headshot from Wham Live there.
That's a very nice shot. Will even it up, and Omen on UMass's side is very low. 1 bullet will probably take him out, or a Cheeseburger knife. That being said, looks like I think Cheeseburger's trying to get the team to rotate A. Yeah, definitely is. Skye will have to use pretty much all of her healing to heal the Omen up back to full, but obviously won't have any shields now, so one knife will to the head will kill. Get a little aggressive. Ooh, a collateral. Agrees one.
Misses a couple knives.
Only has one knife left.
2.
Oh, 2. I
30
can't.
seconds left.
Listen, I might be a math major, but counting is hard.
Counting is hard. I can vouch. Can vouch.
Not really a ton of point to saving here. My best guess is Cheeseburger is probably just going to try and fast rotate. Yeah. Picks that up. Sees the sentry.
Last player standing.
Dies. Yeah, okay. Not shocked by that. I mean, just try and trade out a kill. You don't have any guns worth saving, so. We'll be able to full buy this round. Everyone but Delicious, who has been putting in work on this Spectre. So, you know, maybe it's a full buy for him. Like I said, as for the side of UMass, they are looking pretty. No ults actually on their side. Somewhat close to Raze ult, which is not the best ult, especially on defense.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely can make some space, but you kind of want to use it for closing power or pressure. And I guess to retake a site, it's good, but at the point you're retaking a site, you're hoping to already have one.
Right.
Up on streets.
Yeah.
Ooh, Darm gets a little aggressive.
Figured
Please check that
they want to
corner.
get on a site quick here to use a KJ ult maybe.
Probably, and Delicious just takes someone off with a stinger, so, you know, it is a full buy for Delicious.
Trying to go for another.
Going for the shock darts. And see, this is what I was talking about. Northeastern's already on site. I mean, yes, they trade out MLab. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to play.
Oh, he has no idea.
Oh, no idea. Delicious, that's just rude. Okay, you deserve that. That was a little rude.
Now they get A for free.
Yeah, and it's going to be a little hard to take back, especially with that KJ ult on Northeastern side. I mean, the second they push in, I wouldn't be surprised if KJ if Darm just decides to pop it. Tempest is watching the spawn side, except neither of them are coming from spawn side. Darm's actually. Oh, that's not a great spot.
One enemy remaining.
Luckily for Darm, Tempest was there to clean up, but that was a little bit greedy. I guess he must not have heard the Reyna or thought the barrel would protect him.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Uses a fake TP. Oh no, it has no bullets! Switches out the gun! The defuse! No!
You can see the thing on the ground, Tempest. That's really unfortunate. That's definitely not what you want, especially when you commit the KJ ult. It was a very good smoke from Glorb. Interesting name. That being said, Northeastern, as some of them look like they're full buying, some of them aren't. I'm not sure they really want to commit 2 guns to this. I guess their plan is just to kind of rotate, never really get a full buy, unless obviously they win a round and hope. Oh, no, I guess they're just full buying this round. Okay. So full buy against full buy. Cheeseburger has been deadly with his Guardian, so that's understandable.
Yeah.
Omen and Sova ult are both very good at getting site presence, or if it's Sova's case, to stop them from taking point. Instead, Upperclaw takes out MLab. That's definitely not the person you want going down first. And Cheeseburger doesn't able to make it a triple, but 5 HP in a dream on Darm.
Tempest gets one.
Able to trade one out though. So they're gonna have to be very careful here. I mean, Darm has the spike and is 5 HP, so
Maybe give it to someone else.
well, I guess it doesn't matter. Okay.
Uh-oh.
You probably should have had Darm face check that.
Oh, gets a ding.
One.
Tempest
Ooh, and Tempest cleans it up on the side. A nice crossfire there. Well, now he certainly does. Not sure which site they really want to take here. I mean, probably not the site that the
Oh
Player
no!
standing.
Ooh, I thought he wasn't going to take it, but clearly he wanted it. And now Darm's probably just going to
30
try and
seconds left.
get a kill. Maybe 2? I mean, well, 2 would be a win. It is still winnable. I mean, as long as Vandal is infamous for its one-shot headshot, so... And KJ has the resources.
Yeah, that's GG.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Second I saw the Razor, I'm like, well, if it's in the vicinity of Darm, it will kill him. And
Getting Clout the ult point there.
you know, the smart thing. Definitely want Sky to get closer to that ult. 11-7, they've evened it up a lot. I mean, and Northeastern, they don't have a ton of money this round. Oh, I forget about the loser gold. So they do have money this round. But still, it's
Not enough to
still not enough for
be
full
very
buy.
comfortable. Yeah, to buy
I
fully.
think Northeastern doesn't look like they want to try and do a save round. They kind of just want to brute force this. At least some of them do. And the problem is I think that's punishing them because they're just not winning these trades. And I mean, I don't know if that's guns, I don't know if it's positioning, but I mean, better guns always help. They will choose to save this round, which is probably for the best.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, Darm's getting caught out. It's
That's a
actually cheaper than
cheeseburger instead. Oh!
Oh, well, I guess there's no more Alpha Claw.
Alpha Claw has been deleted. Does miss
Ooh.
the shot with the better gun, so maybe should have stuck with the sheriff.
You know, it's okay. Delicious falls as well, and Whamlab is sitting with the sheriff. Can Whamlab do what Darm did? Well, I guess Whamlab doesn't need to, because Tempest cleans it up. Once again, Tempest just coming from this window and taking people's heads out from the side. It's so funny. They do spot the Sky out. Whamlab's low. Sky uses flash. Ooh, definitely don't want to push into that Raisinade.
No, not at all. They can
They're
get out
completely
here.
Smoked out. Where is? Oh no, it's just two. I thought there was a third one alive, and I wasn't quite sure where they were. The unfortunate thing is they're probably gonna get crossfired from here, although. Oh, not looking to the side.
30 seconds left.
They are
Spike
able to
down,
trade, but
C.
1-for-1s isn't really what you're looking for when you're a player down.
I do like the play to go to A here, just can't get caught out by the Omen.
Omen is rotating. They'll
The
probably
wrong
get
way.
their.
Now knows probably that it's probably gonna be A.
Probably can
10
hear from the
seconds left.
spawn, yeah. And Whamlab has to stick it.
Does get the plant.
Does and has ult. Could be very useful, especially because it looks like the Sky is. Oh no, they're pushing from the same angle. I guess they're hoping to 1-for-1.
Yeah, yeah, sticking together in a 2v1
Makes sense.
does make sense. Yeah.
That being said, Whamlab is in a decent position. Only 54 HP though. Definitely not what you want.
One enemy
Gets a kill on the
remaining.
diffuser.
Oh, nice.
Playing Ring Around the Rosie.
And it's a nice fake out from Klaus to end that round. Whamlab, I mean, what could Whamlab really do there? If the flash goes off, dead. If the flash doesn't go off, has to look away anyway, so still dead. Not a terrible round from Northeastern, but I mean, still, it's now 11. We entered this half 9-3, and now it's 11-8. I mean, obviously, still
5 rounds
3
in a
rounds
row
ahead.
as well. It wasn't
5 rounds
just
in a row.
back and forth. It's like it seems like the momentum's definitely shifted here.
That being said, Northeastern does have, it is their full buy round. This is the round that they kind of need to win, but they're running into 4 ults, especially a KJ ult is going to hold down a site. Reyna ult is terrifying, obviously, as we've seen, especially in the hands of Alpha Claw. Sky ult will give away all of their positions. On the other side, though, they have Sova and Sky ult of their own, so they will be able to apply pressure, especially if they get on site. They should be able to hold it. Ooh, Darm takes a little poke through the door. Let's swap out Cloud. Looks like they're deciding to try UMass strategy and push onto A site. Pretty sure this is
got your trail.
real full push onto A site.
Oh, big
Ooh,
damage.
that's gonna hurt. And Darm gets caught out. Once again, a 4v5, and that's definitely not what you want. Keeper is just gonna rush on a site. Oh, pretty little flick. Getting the plant off. Alpha is gonna opt to ult.
Right here.
Probably smart. And the KJ ult. Ooh, that's gonna be deadly. Ooh, they actually catch out the Omen, but I don't know. They didn't. Did they not react in time? Omen gets 3.
Interesting. It seemed for sure that the Omen had nowhere to go.
They knew the Omen was there. The Sky Flash hit, I guess, better reaction time maybe? That's really unfortunate. I mean, even if it's a 1-for-1 there, you're fine with that, but the Omen getting 3
And not
really
dying.
cost them that. And not dying really cost them this round, and Houston's kind of looking not in a great spot. Once again, they will have the money for most of them to have somewhat of a buy.
Seems like they
I mean-
want to save money for a big buy next round, just to have full buy.
Yeah,
Opting
they,
against
di-
the half
will
buys
say
that
they
they've been going
didn't-
for.
they did manage to get out 3 of UMass's ults, which is definitely a decent trade. I mean, I don't think it's worth a point, obviously.
Get out of my way.
No.
But 3 ults for 2 is not bad, especially as impactful as those ults are. Cheeseburger catches 1, falls,
My ultimate is ready.
Arm catches 1.
Spike carrier
Just
is
trade
dead.
after trade after trade,
Down.
and another trade, and another trade. Come on, give us a 4th. Problem is, Spike is down
Yeah, and
in garage.
they know
I
now.
mean, Darm has that KJ ult, and now UMass has to make the choice. Do they give up this Spike, or do they push in? And it looks like they're just going to give it up. I mean, that's probably the smart choice. You don't want to push into unknown defenders. Dog.
Big blind, nice.
Ooh, very nice blind. And now they just have to play safe. If they play a crossfire and they do it smart, this should be an easy win for Northeastern. Being said, Darm gets blinded.
Yep.
Ooh, not looking the right way to peek. And okay, that's kind of what we needed to see from Northeastern. They get the round. UMass is actually not great financially. They
won
only have 2 people who can buy.
They won 6 rounds in a row, and they can't buy guns.
Well, the problem is every round they won, it was like 1 or 2 of them left, so they just kept having to buy. And obviously the issue with that is you don't get the money that the defenders do when they're saving, because you have to keep the pressure up. So now, Northeastern is looking in a very good position, and they're on match point.
Yeah, so it was looking terrible, but they win that round, and it
I
seems
mean, I
like
wouldn't say it was terrible. It was definitely not great. I mean, okay. Cheeseburger is just better. Cheeseburger is sometimes cheeseburger is simply better.
the cheeseburger diff showing its full effects right there. Does get the running headshot.
No fear of blinds. No fear of anything. You know what? Omen, you want to blind me? That's fine. Whamlab will go down to the Clouth up top. Omen has the ult. Probably not going to be super impactful. I guess it gives them information. Or could try for a flank, but probably just going to hold it. I mean, you don't want to really get off point when you already have point control. The other issue I see from UMass is they're all stacked on one side. None of them are coming behind, so they're not putting a ton of cross angles.
dropped right in
dropped
front of
right into Cheeseburger.
Attackers
And
win.
a clean final 2 rounds from Northeastern. Looked a little bit worried there. I mean, Valorant, as I said, defender-sided game. So once defenders kind of get that momentum, they can really roll with it. But Northeastern was able to come back. They had a really nice buy. Every round they lost, they traded out so many. I mean, look at this scoreboard right here. Northeastern is at the top everywhere except for Alpha Claw being in the middle and Whamlab being at the bottom. But Whamlab Sky's utility is a bit less than kills.
Yeah.
And even then, we saw Whamlab do some really nice things. So, but like that should tell you every time they lost a round, it was a trade out, and that kind of just forced them to keep buying and keep buying and keep buying. And so when Northeastern eventually won a round, they couldn't do anything about it.
Cheeseburger putting absolutely monstrous numbers.
29, 15, and 7. Definitely not bad. Essentially, every round got 2 kills. No, that's not how math works. Every death got 2 kills. That makes more sense. Right, and now we should be heading into our next map. 1-0 for Northeastern, though. Definitely very good. And while we take this short break, once again, I want to thank both Xfinity and Army TC for sponsoring our stream. We stream pretty much now, as far as I'm aware, every day of the week. We have Valorant, we have League, we have Overwatch, we have Rocket League, even Hearthstone on the weekends. So if you guys love to support us, hit a follow. We have our Twitter in the description, I believe. So,
Yeah, as well as YouTube, where we'll be posting all the VODs, so you can watch those and more content coming soon.
of course, if any of you are interested in Rocket League will be going to an in-person LAN event, which we will have Jeffro, I believe, or no?
That's me.
Yeah, it will be you, Nico, who will be broadcasting and videoing so many fun things from the lovely beach. I wish I was at a beach right now. It's so cold in Boston.
It is way too cold.
We're actually supposed to get a winter storm tomorrow for those of you who are unaware. So check your emails in case your classes get canceled because they might.
They might be canceled. Fortunately for me, no classes tomorrow. But yeah, so they did at Northeastern did ask for a 5-minute break, so I think we're gonna go into a short intermission here.
Yep, makes sense. Right. We'll see
Um,
you all right after the break.
1, go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our Northeastern Varsity VALORANT match. Northeastern, obviously, versus UMass, sponsored by Xfinity and Army ROTC. We are back on Ascent this time. I'm actually not sure. Unfortunately, my VALORANT knowledge is a little shaky, especially in tournament, if the map rotation is fixed or not. If it is, well, Ascent is always second. If not, interesting choice. I guess it makes sense. One thing that Northeastern was kind of doing very well on was taking control of those high grounds and using those to their advantage. And Ascent has one high ground, and it's very easy to get on. Well, ish.
That depends on what side you're on, I guess.
I suppose. That being said, we're actually seeing a
Choose your agent.
I mean, we're seeing pretty much actually almost the exact same comp from the side of Northeastern. The only difference we're seeing is Delicious, instead of being on the Wham and Delicious, I believe, swapped. Wham was on the Sky.
Yeah, Wham was not on Sova. I believe it was Delicious,
Yes.
yeah.
Delicious is on Sova, Wham was on Sky. Now Wham is on Sky and Delicious is on KO. Makes sense. KO's blinds are really Sky. She obviously does have a lot of use here, but especially in these kind of closer quarters, these corners, KO's knife and his ult can get a lot of value, and his frag grenade can kind of stop them from pushing through tighter chokes. On the other side, we're seeing KO again. We're seeing Cypher. Not shocking. There's a lot of places you can put his cameras. There's a lot of places you can put his tripwires. Some very interesting techs. And then last, we're seeing a Fade. I haven't seen a whole lot of Fade. I mean, I know she's pretty good. She gives you a lot of information. Obviously, you can see where people go because she tracks their footprints. It'll be interesting to see if maybe UMass just has a strategy with her, because obviously we're also not seeing the Reyna, which seemed to be Alphaclaw was very good at it. Oh, I don't think Gems was expecting Cheeseburger to be there. I'm pretty sure he's trying to smoke. Being said,
Oh, Wham Lab!
Wham Lab with a 3K. A little bit disgusting. That being said, does get traded out, and it is a 3v2. Swap is planting. Oh, Zenny was not expecting Darm there.
Oh, man.
And Darm gets a nice little 2K. Very nice showing from Northeastern on that attack. Cheeseburger pretty much melts through the Omen on the other side. I'm pretty sure he was trying to put down a smoke in there because his hands were up and he wasn't shooting back at Cheeseburger.
Yeah, he definitely was not ready for... But Cheeseburger still couldn't find the kill, which was surprising, but...
Especially for Cheeseburger. But, you know, Wham Lab said, don't worry, Cheeseburger. You can mess up from time to time. I'll cover you.
Placing swarm grenade.
I'm pretty sure Wham Lab actually is the one that... Oh, no, Wham Lab has... Okay, Wham Lab has a full buy almost with a Vandal and Light Shields. That's going to be kind of devastating to run into. The other thing about this map that I kind of do love is it's sometimes a Sova playground. There's so many interesting lineups you can do. I mean, my favorite thing is that wall that you are currently seeing Darm stare at is wallbangable if Sova has the Odin, so he will sometimes just spray through it and kill literally. Cheeseburger taking, or not Cheeseburger, Delicious taking a very aggressive duel with Alphaclaw. Doesn't end up winning, but gets to 50. No util might get caught out if they push him.
Omen decides against it.
Though. Interesting choice. Oh, that could have been very risky. Doesn't check main. Cheeseburger almost takes his head clean off. All dressed up here in main is not what you want to do, especially against the KJ. I mean, the trap triggers. Look at that. Like, what are you supposed to do there?
One enemy
Half of
remaining.
your health just disappears. Half of your health just disappears from mines, and also you're weakened, so you're just gonna take damage from everyone
Remember,
else.
Your weapon is only a tool.
Yeah.
Very clean
You
showing
can't
from
just
Northeastern.
shoot. You have to think.
I've always...
Alarm bot out.
It's always been tough playing on this map, trying to execute B through that side. 'Cause you just... You have to... You always have to just pretty much try to bait everything out, or just run through aggressive, super aggressive. You can't
Sprint.
stay...
Just
Yeah.
hope that KJ can't press any of her abilities. Be like,
But,
okay, KJ, if we go fast enough, these will hit like maybe 2 of us, and that's fine. Or yeah, you go meters, you go slow, and unfortunately, UMass kind of tried to do a bit of both, and neither ended up working out. We're taking a very aggressive angle here. There are a bunch mid as they're gonna.
Holy.
Doesn't actually manage to get anyone though. Actually gets caught out. Kind of surprised about that. Although I guess both of them had Spectres and they have Phantoms, so gun diff. In Overwatch we say DPS diff. In this game we say gun diff. Maybe. I don't know.
It
Two
sounds
down
good.
from Northeastern. Thank you. That being said, 2 down from Northeastern, definitely not what you want to see. Darm should be able to hold
Target
B
destroyed.
rather well. I mean,
Swarm grenade
bots
out.
will trigger a lot of things. I'm not sure they know that Cheeseburger's back
Last
there.
player
Doesn't
standing.
matter, walks straight into a Phantom.
Spike planted.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Cheeseburger
Save.
just tries to save us.
Yeah.
I mean, this is your bonus round anyway. You got your pistol round, you got your buy round. Just save this gun, maybe try and catch people like Glorb here.
That's an interesting.
I'm guessing this is just to try and catch people out
Yeah.
if they rotate this way.
Does look like he's getting flanked.
Oh, Cheeseburger's not going to see. Yeah.
Getting flanked.
Avaglaw did the smart thing and flanked around, expecting someone there, and Cheeseburger unfortunately was not looking that direction.
They do get a. Yeah, they just have a solid.
They'll
amount
give
of
it.
money
They'll
here.
get a full buy.
Yeah.
I mean that's the point of the bonus round. You don't really want to spend any money unless you have to for some reason. Just kind of use it, get kills, lead the enemy dry a little bit of money. Unfortunately, UMass is doing a pretty good job of having money. Even if they lose this round after just winning that one, they should all. Well, their Cypher unfortunately has gotten caught out a lot, so we'll have no money. 0-3.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's not what you like to see on the scoreboard if
no,
you're
definitely not.
Cypher right now.
WebLab will close the door. We'll say no thank you. I don't want any of you there. Cheeseburger's trying to set an off angle.
There
They're
are so
walking-
many.
Oh, that was a little dangerous.
Thankfully, on the jet, able to dash out of that situation immediately.
Also, thankfully, none of them hit their shots. Ooh,
Uh-oh. Can't get out of this one.
Spike
can't get out of this
down
one.
A.
Doesn't manage to trade one, but Temis actually isn't able to kill any of them. Ooh, Cheeseburger isn't sure really who to shoot. Well, that's a good option.
Spike planted.
Avaclaw might be a better one, though. As Avaclaw, once again, no longer on the Reyna, now on the Jet, putting in just as much work. I mean, Jet's just so strong. I know she's gotten nerf after nerf after
Revealing
nerf
area.
and change. I mean, her dash used to be instant. Now you have to obviously press it. I don't know how much that's really affected her. I mean, it obviously has.
Last player
She's
not
standing.
a much
misses.
One enemy
That
remaining.
being said,
Ready.
actually doing very good. I wouldn't ult here, Darm.
Ooh.
Don't
Absolutely
interrupt my work.
I mean, leg shot, but definitely very good job.
Yeah. Good prediction for the jump onto the top of the site there. And it's a leg shot, but it's a flick, and it hits, and when the enemy's low like that, that's all you need.
Placing alarm bot.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
Recalling
but
my
a
bots.
very nice retake. I mean, it was looking a little risky, especially when they got that 2-for-1, especially when UMass got that
Placing
2-for-1,
alarm bot.
but they were able
Placing
to
swarm
be
grenade.
calm, get some nice
Placing swarm
retakes,
grenade.
and honestly just get better trades. They were able to flank where UMass wasn't watching. Darm especially, just kind of walking behind them.
Get out of my way.
We'll see if full by Delicious is just kind of. Jet decides to go straight for the knives. Thank goodness Delicious didn't peek, otherwise might have gotten head taken clean off. Instead, Offenpause playing very aggressive here. Takes a tiny bit of damage, nothing much. Cheeseburger on the other hand takes off Glorb. That's such a fun name to say.
Glorb. Glorb. Sounds like something out of Toy Story.
And it does, like the three-eyed
Zorb.
alien, you know?
Like Zorb. Zorbs? Zorb?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. The claw.
The
That's what I'm thinking of.
claw.
Darm is
Oh, this
should
could
be
be
able
bad.
to. Well, this could be both bad for either of them. Actually, manages to see the arm first, and Offenpause very low.
Doink. Doink.
That is the unfortunate part of Jet, is
Die.
that
My
Jet
ult is
just
ready.
doinks and you die.
Scanning ahead.
WhamLab says no more of that, please. looks like they have a very solid hold on A here right now, although Wemblab
30
might
seconds
get
left.
cinched here on B.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Great
that's
peek from
unfortunate.
Gems there.
Being said, Cypher is very low, so it is a 3v3. Cypher's not going to be able to put a ton of pressure. Delicious might be able to catch someone out here as well. Cypher's rotating through main.
Ooh, this could be
10
big.
And gets
seconds
taken
left.
out. Okay. They don't.
Spike planted.
I'm not sure they're aware Delicious is this close to sight yet.
No, not at all. Yep.
One
Catches
enemy
him
Definitely
out.
not. Goes back of sight. And it goes
Get
for
him.
the pistol. And a nice little pistol. Ooh, I did not notice that Cheeseburger popped knives.
Yeah.
Not sure how necessary that was, but you know. I guess do what you have to do. Unfortunately, Northeastern will actually be kind of low on money off of this round. UMass also will be a little low on money, so it won't be a full buy from either team. I mean, Cheeseburger is just rich. He's like, oh, I have a little money. Here's some money for you. Here's some money for you. Here's a gun for you. Yep, as you see, he buys Wemblab a gun. Although, actually, not top of the leaderboard this game. It's Darm this time on the Killjoy. I mean, this is Killjoy's playground. This is a Killjoy map for sure. I mean,
Look at
this
this.
is what you see. This is what you see Killjoy do. Just kind of set up on B, saying, "If you try and come in, I will one-shot you instantly."
Too suppressed.
Ooh, too suppressed. Oh,
big
my lord. Ooh, and I don't think. Well, I was about to say that Offaclaw wasn't expecting that, but I don't think Delicious is expecting that either, as his head gets taken off by the stinger of all things. You know, quite the deadly gun if you know how to aim it well. Ooh, and by
Cheeseburger.
goes
Bye bye.
Cheeseburger heard me
Oh,
say
wrong person.
that he wasn't top of the
Spike
leaderboard
down
and
A.
decided that that's changing now. Well, I
One
have
enemy remaining.
Tip for any of you prospective casters out there, never talk about a player doing well or doing bad because they will instantly do the opposite of that.
Unless
Little
it's
known fact.
sorry to interrupt here, but unless it's shot guy, I will never hesitate to get a shot out on him. He will, if you say he'll do bad, he'll still miss. Don't worry about it.
Wow, a little bit of trash talk from the Varsity Rocket League team.
It's all love. It's all love. There's a reason he's on the team and I'm not.
That being
Well-
said, though, well, I know what you mean. Pretty standard setup though. Again, I mean, KJ just owns B-side. That's why you really don't see UMass trying at all.
I mean, they could
pushing,
just
and that,
full stack A pretty much and be fine, unless they try to push through mid. But
yeah. I mean, that is the one thing though I kind of worry about UMass's defense. They don't have a KJ on their side. I mean, yes, Cypher
Face
is
your
also
fear!
an excellent defender. I mean, KJ and Cypher are kind of similar in that way. They both fill a similar role of controlling the map. But KJ, I feel like does a little bit better.
Spike down
Um,
A.
Cypher is much more about information and such, whereas KJ is much more about pressure. I say that though, and it's falling a little bit one by one.
One
Score
enemy
1
remaining.
HP.
Fate is
Get hit
literally
with the
okay.
wall.
I was like, Fate is very low. Nice little
Okay.
round from Northeastern. Wemblab is now
Rich.
the rich one.
Yeah. They are all rich though.
Listen, it's that Bostonian money. I'm telling you. Well, I guess
You gotta
UMass
get-
is also UMass is also from Boston, but
You gotta get
they
some.
both
You need some way to pay for the housing rates here. It's crazy.
very true. Okay, now we're seeing a bit of an interesting full stack B. Do they somehow know something that we don't? Because the entirety of UMass has decided to push in B. Northeastern has the download on them. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, guys, we know for a fact that they can't take A or mid, so they're gonna push full A. They'll never expect us all to be here as lonely Omen on the other side.
I mean, it's happened to me where I just be like, oh, let's switch it up. Let's go B. Let's try it. Oh, but they get through.
They actually managed to take
Deploying drone.
Delicious out, although the other one is probably
Oh, darn. Oh, darn.
Oh,
Two through the smoke.
darn. he had the download not only on where they were going, but also where they were through a smoke.
And that pretty much confirms that Darm has to be walling. There's no way.
Oh, absolutely. We should check this man's computer.
I would say Vac ban, but wrong game. Vanguard ban. You can't even cheat on Vanguard, basically, so.
You can certainly try, it just won't work
Placing
well.
alarm bot. Placing swarm grenade. Placing
Overall,
swarm
though, a
grenade.
very dominant half so far from Northeastern. I shouldn't say that,
Placing
Caster Curse.
sentry.
But still, I mean, the power of Killjoy, you just kind of hold sights. Looks like they're gonna try and now full push A. They said, well, it didn't work when we full pushed B, so let's... Oh no, they're half pushing, I guess. I thought I saw the Fade and the Omen A. Now they're rotating through mid. Makes sense.
Right here.
They need to take that long angle, otherwise they will just get flanked from behind. Ooh, that's aggressive, gonna hurt. Well, it would hurt if Delicious didn't just take off Glorb's head.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I thought Cheeseburger was about to pull a Darm there.
Wait, Darm is.
Where is Darm?
Darm is
Spike
on
planted.
in spawn.
Ah, okay. Cheeseburger has the op, which is obviously a very powerful weapon.
Not right
except
now.
if you're not in the position to use it. If you have no idea where any of them are, that Killjoy ult will certainly help, as they're pretty much scrambling to get anywhere that isn't in the
enemy
Killjoy.
remaining.
That Killjoy ult to retake is, it's just so good.
It's nasty. I mean, there's nothing you can say about it, and Wham Lab kills the smoke. Okay, now we have confirmed that the entirety of Northeastern Varsity Valorant is walling, and we will be reporting them. Thank you very much.
Darm is absolutely nuclear right now. 6 to 1 KD.
You know what? It's Darm. What can we say?
Placing
Darm
alarm bot.
on Killjoy
Placing swarm
on Ascent.
grenade. Placing swarm
I mean,
grenade.
name a better combo.
I would think. I was wondering. I was like, well, what will Darm do?
Sentry.
Obviously, Chamber was insane, and now Chamber is not as insane. And Darm's saying, you know what? I don't need Chamber. I have Killjoy. Close enough.
So when they
know what?
unnerf Chamber, he's got 2.
That'll never happen. Please don't bring back Chamber. That was an awful meta. Very aggressive angle from Cheeseburger, flicks a little bit to the right, and that's going to be an op for Claw, which is probably not what you wanted to give to UMass's, from what we've seen, best player. Lucky, I guess, for them, Darm is holding the site pretty heavily. And Delicious is just sitting in front of, ooh, sneaky little TP. They'll never suspect that. Literally, because how could they?
Cover going out.
Ooh,
Now
that's
they
a
know.
now
They don't.
know. Well, they don't. I'm surprised they didn't. You can see where it comes from.
But they get A kind of. For free. They might be trying to rotate through.
Well, the thing is, they have a site. Yes. Well, they would if Tempest would stop killing them from behind. No, they're
I
rotating
know
through
exactly
spawn, it looks like,
where
towards
you
B,
are.
and now they have the download.
Misses
Ooh,
the
Darm.
arm shot.
30
Darm.
seconds left.
That was a very risky peek. They're all pushing behind.
All right, Darm, let's see it. See what you got.
enemy
1, 2.
remaining.
Oh, almost
B.
gets the
Almost
third.
the triple.
And Omen TP's backside.
10 seconds left.
Theoretically, Cypher should have heard him.
Last player standing.
Okay,
Ooh.
Cypher.
I don't actually know if the plant does not go off in time. Yeah.
Flash.
Like, I'm pretty sure even with that kill, Cypher does not have the time, unfortunately.
If I'm powered down, he start me.
A nice attempt from UMass, but unfortunately, Northeastern just kind of has a bit better positioning, and Darm also just takes 2 people's heads off.
There.
Darm takes 2 people's heads off, and Tempest with massive picks at the beginning with the flank.
Absolutely. I mean, that Omen TP over the Cypher wire, you could suspect it. Also, I'm a little surprised they didn't turn around when they saw the smoke come out. Maybe they just, I guess they just weren't looking in that direction at all, so they didn't see it. Still a little bit surprising.
Get out of my way.
Looks like Claw is going to be using the knives and immediately takes out his
Cover
counterpart.
going out.
Once again, Cheeseburger falling to Claw very early on. will the round, will this round go the same way? I guess Alpha Claw is saying no. No, it will not, because I'm taking 2 of you this time. And op? Did Cheeseburger have another op?
Not
Shadows
sure, to
traveling.
be honest with you.
You know what? I guess Cheeseburger decided,
Flashbang.
you know, 1 op isn't good enough, I'll give the enemies 2. That being said though, even though they have these kills, they still haven't actually taken a site. I mean, Killjoy and Teo just have such massive pressure. Tempest's very low. Storm gets a kill.
One
Just
enemy
follows it up.
remaining.
Another kill.
Spike
And now it's
down B.
just Alpha Claw. I mean, Alpha Claw's very good.
Last
but,
player standing.
I should say.
Hey,
And there it is.
Oh,
Oh, with the
there's the ace.
ace. And the knives come out at a perfect time.
Definitely.
last
I mean,
round in the half.
very close fight there at the end. Could have gone either way if just a little bit better aim or spray control on Darm. Or, honestly, just a slightly different recoil pattern.
Yeah,
But either way,
RNG of
we will,
Valorant.
best case scenario, we will be ending this half like we ended the last half, 9-3 for, or best case scenario for UMass, we'll be ending 9-3.
Swarm grenade.
Which-
Placing swarm grenade.
Is, I mean, we saw them almost come back from that. However, this is a completely different map, and they don't have the Killjoy. They have the Cypher, though, so who knows? Maybe I have the complete wrong information, and Cypher is actually much better on this
Cover
map.
going out.
And we just haven't seen it because they're a bit more defender-sided.
I mean, who's gonna be that much better than Killjoy though right now?
Well, Cypher's info is very useful. I guess it's just a difference of whether you want the info or the, like, pure raw utility slows guns.
You could play it better. I'm just saying, like, Killjoy is
Yeah,
very strong on this map, so it's like, how much better can you really get? Like,
Yeah,
especially the way that Darm is playing right now.
Oh, Darwin's absolutely nuts. As we'll be seeing, they're actually going to be trying to take a short here. Trying to fight. I figure this is the first time we've seen them really try and full push into here. Ooh. Cheeseburger looking for something. He doesn't know that. There. Ooh, well, it doesn't really matter. As they're actually going to get completely caught out.
Revealing area.
If Silva gets 30 here, then
Uh-oh. One for each.
Enemy remaining.
that being said, Darm kills
Spike
2.
down
One-
A.
And they don't have Spike down, actually. Cypher has to push out here. And they know he's downstairs.
Wow.
Oh, Darm says, no you don't. This is a 10-2.
And
Not
then-
a chance.
Switching
It's-
sides.
I mean, try to stop Darm and Whamlab from pushing out heavy on Heaven on the defender side. It looked so good
They were just-
for UMass.
They were... I think the problem that UMass had was, well, A, Whamlab got a collateral through the floor, I'm pretty sure. And then they weren't expecting Darm to just hard push out on the angle. Once again, it's Northeastern showing that pure aggression that they have. And because of that, they're able to take that angle. They weren't expecting that pure push. They were expecting them to wait for them to plant. So you see, I believe it
Right
was
here.
the Jet, actually, that was, it was Alpha Claw that was planting behind a box, gets killed because Sova can see him. And then Darm just flicks to the next person because they're not ready for them to peek. Now, we will see a pistol round. Northeastern has won, I'm pretty sure, all 4 pistol rounds.
Well, you count this one.
Well, sorry, Northeastern won 3 of the 4 pistol rounds. If they win this one, they're probably going to win the next one, which means it's going to be match point. They have to play it literally perfect after that in order to not go down.
Which,
It's hard to do.
yeah, hard to do, and I mean,
Even
UMass
harder to
hasn't-
do against Northeastern.
And UMass hasn't shown that ability. Unfortunately for them. Fortunately for us, though.
Cypher getting taken down first is definitely not what you want to happen. I mean, that's like a ton of your team's utility just gone from the map. Like, yes, actually, no, I was going to say some of Cypher's stuff can still get triggered. It can't. It deactivates itself. And Cheeseburger gets a collateral headshot through the floor.
One enemy remaining.
Harm
Once again.
gets 2 again. Gets a 3rd.
3.
Watch those biometrics.
Once again, we are pretty sure Cheeseburger and Darm are walling. We are very sorry for this
Where are we
travesty.
going this time? Remember what worked
Okay,
in the
well, that's
past.
4 of 4 pistol rounds.
We're just casters. We don't take responsibility for the actions of Northeastern against UMass right now.
I somewhat take responsibility, but we're gonna see them just full push through B main. that doesn't shock me. The Cypher is much better on A site from what I understand, so they know that he's probably going to be there. And also, they obviously have the weapons advantage, so they're expecting
Oh wow.
in, do this, takes one, gets the trade, okay, 2 for 1. And now they have full control of site. That's
And
exactly
guns.
what Northeastern wanted to do.
Looks like UMass bought here, which
They didn't really have a choice, I guess. Like, if they don't buy here, they're instantly down, and and Northeastern is somewhat paying for it as they just are
One enemy remaining.
Okay, well, Storm's killed.
Darm just kills everyone, so
You
has a
can see
vandal.
you can see the sightline literally off Darm's head. And a very nice play from Darm. And unfortunately, UMass didn't really have a choice. They kind of had to buy there because it's going to be match point and 1 map down. Unfortunately, now they can't full buy. So, I mean, neither can Northeastern, yes, but it's going to be kind of guns be guns, and Northeastern has more money. They're going to have more vandals, and they're closer to their ults.
And the shields as well.
And the shields, you're right. Only one person, only Claw has the shields. And actually, I don't know why any of them are even attempting to save. I think actually what happened is they just full bought Claw a kit. They were like, well, we kind of need you to hard carry.
You're exactly right.
Oh!
Blurb gets a headshot though.
Glorb wham lap though. Well, Cheeseburger takes out Glorb in response. Very aggressive push, and they are not expecting that. Claw gets a very nice flick though.
Oh, Darm's behind. Gets one. Gets
Enemy
2.
remaining.
Oh, and it's just Claw here. It's a 2v1. This is definitely doable for UMass, but the problem is Claw has to not get caught out.
Oh, he has no idea.
And he doesn't know Tempest.
He has no idea.
Oh,
Oh, what did you do?
And that's gonna be
Attackers
match.
win.
Neither of them have any idea.
I was surprised Tempest didn't know he was there. But it's really unfortunate. I mean, that is the smart place to check. You would want to check behind there. You wouldn't expect really Tempest to be sitting there because that's a very stupid place to sit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. But also Tempest is better than me, so maybe it's a smarter place to sit.
Well, sometimes
overall-
you gotta make the play that they don't think you're gonna make, and it works
The
out.
play
for
isn't stupid if it works is kind of a good moniker to go by.
you. 100%.
That being said, though, I mean, first map pretty close, second map dominant by Northeastern. We really saw the full force of Darm Killjoy come out. First map was just a warm-up for him. That's all it was. But overall, a very good clean 2-0 from Northeastern, showing here over UMass. Titans. Do you have any final thoughts, Nico?
Other than the conclusion that Darm, Cheeseburger, Delicious, Whammab, Tempest are not only very good at the game, but possibly walling. They just knew.
You know what? Okay, listen. I'll give them that maybe Wham Lab, Tempest, and Delicious aren't. Cheeseburger and Darm probably are.
Yeah, but they looked really good. They had the reads on UMass, and they just flat out won. They just won a lot of the gunfights that they needed to win.
Not just gunfights, utility fights, really. That's kind of what it came down to for me, was watching their info was always so accurate. Like, every time that they peeked mid, Delicious would throw a knife there, so they always knew who was going to be there and peeking there. Anytime that they were pushing onto B site, Darm always had the intel, and he just melted through them. And I think that's kind of what it came down to. Like, Claw was getting a lot of trades on Northeastern. But unfortunately, you can't really 1v5 in Valorant.
No,
And also,
that's all you.
yeah, I mean, and also, even if you can, probably not against Cheeseburger Darm crossfires.
Yeah, exactly. And like like you're saying, having the read is partially just using utility better. And I mean, they did use utility better, but sometimes also they just kind of it felt like they were in UMass's brain. I mean, you saw them push A site on Ascent like 4 times in a row, and then as soon as they go B, they just hard stack it. They knew they knew that that UMass would try to switch something up. They knew that it wasn't working for them, and they knew that they were gonna switch up and go A there, and that just kind of felt like how the whole series was going. It just felt like Northeastern was in their brain or was walling, one of the two.
You know, but we've been talking a lot about Cheeseburger on Darm this match, I would say, but I definitely do want to highlight Delicious, Whamlab, and Tempest. I mean, all three of them were so integral in setting up those info plays. Like, yes, Darm and Cheeseburger could hit nutty shots, but that wouldn't really be possible if Tempest wasn't getting perfect smokes and blinds every time, or Whamlab wasn't getting a sonic arrow in to give them perfect info of where everyone was, or Delicious wasn't getting a knife and suppress so that they couldn't use their abilities to get out. Like, those setup plays were almost more impactful than Cheeseburger hitting nutty headshots left and right.
Right. I mean, that's kind of what the whole point of these agents are. You set up your people who have the crazy mechanics and the fraggers to be able to do what they do best by being that team player and by supporting and by throwing knives and throwing the smokes and throwing the flashes and everything you need to do. And Northeastern really had I mean, Delicious, Whamlab, Tempest were all team players today.
Oh, absolutely. All right, well, I think that's probably gonna wrap it up from us today. Once again, thank you to Xfinity and Army ROTC for presenting this stream, and thank all of you for watching. I've been Hedwig or Carter, joined by Nico or nprosk. If you'd like to see more content from us, as I said before, you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. They're all linked below. Have a good rest of your night, and we hope to see you again for another exciting stream. Hopefully tomorrow. I believe it's
CS?
Overwatch,
Or
actually,
Overwatch,
which
there it is.
you'll actually be able to see me play. So if any of you are interested in Overwatch and want to see me in the game and not just talking to you through a microphone, come join us.
I
Right?
will
Have a good
be.
night, y'all.
Have a good night.